morning, everybody, and thank you for coming and thank you for giving me 2 minutes. Look, I think let's be very clear. Not one more bullet, bayonet, or bomb should be sold to Myanmar's military junta. A global arms embargo, as has been said, is the absolute very least the UN Security Council could and should do. We joined this joint statement with our NGO colleagues from around the world because we share the heartbreak over what's happening inside Myanmar. The military coup has already killed, as has been mentioned, over 760 people. Over 3,700 people are still in detention, with many subjected to torture. And we believe that these widespread and systematic human rights violations and abuses constitute crimes against humanity under international law. So this violence is one-sided, and it is targeted against a population who, despite the atrocities that have taken place, refuse to accept that their votes don't count or that their voices don't matter, and that the universal human rights that members of the UN Security Council proudly proclaim to uphold don't apply to them. So for 3 months, we have watched as brave protesters from the biggest cities to the smallest villages in Myanmar have come out day after day, night after night, facing soldiers who are armed to the teeth with the higher powered weapons, sniper rifles, assault weapons, and those protesters have demanded that the world listen to their pleas for help. We've seen protesters with homemade placards, banners, and signs calling for the international community to uphold its responsibility to protect and to hold the generals accountable for their crimes. We've seen those pleas written in massive candlelight letters outside Buddhist pagodas, and we've heard their chants at countless rallies. In response, the UN Security Council has met a number of times, has issued 4 press statements, but statements of concern cannot and will not end this crisis. Words will not be enough to end this coup by the murderer-in-chief, General Min Aung Hlaing. The fact that the UN Security Council allowed this man to commit genocide in 2017 against the Rohingya population and didn't adopt a single resolution in response is a major contributing factor to the climate of impunity that led directly to this coup. And that's why we believe, again, that a global arms embargo is the very least the UN Security Council can and should do. And if its own dysfunction, deadlock, and divisions don't allow the Security Council to move beyond lowest common denominator diplomacy and respond to this catastrophic crisis in Myanmar, then the Council should relinquish its purview over this issue and allow the UN General Assembly to take it up under the Uniting for Peace mechanism. I think, as the joint statement that we all signed on to says, the time for statements from the UN Security Council has passed. Myanmar's people cannot afford to wait any longer for the Security Council to take action. So now is the time to act. Thank you.